Hello, if you don't know who I am Mira's Art Adventures, and welcome to my channel. So, today is gonna be a little bit of a different video. This video is going to be pretty special. I've never done something like this before, but this video is primarily made for younger artists, and I'm actually making this for someone in my family who is a younger artist, and I wanted to give you and her some tips that I wish I would have known when I first started out. So, let's start here with, I guess, some of my main tips, and then I'll go into a little bit more of, I guess, how do I say this? More universal tips for artists. Tip number 1. You don't need expensive stuff to be a good artist. I think that's just something that should be known all around for everyone. The supplies does not make the artist. I will tell you that right now. I started off with a pencil, like an HB pencil and some lined paper. And just because I'm fortunate enough to have expensive art supplies does not make me a good artist in any way. I still have a lot to improve on and a lot to learn. If I'm being honest with you guys, I haven't even learned all of the fundamentals of art yet, which I will get to in a little bit. I'm not going to be teaching them in this video. I'm just going to be talking about why you should learn them. Because they play a huge role in your art, trust me. Like I said, the supplies don't make the artist, honestly. Start out with a sketchbook and some sketching pencils from the dollar store, and you'll be fine, honestly. That is the best way to start. Go spend $5, get your sketching pencils, get your sketchbook. That, in my opinion, is the best way to start, because using cheaper items in the beginning gives you this sense of, oh, this is a cheap item. I don't need to treat it like it's a piece of porcelain. I can be messy, I can be creative, I can make as big of a mess as I want. For an example here, I used to treat my sketchbooks like they were gold. Okay, but in this sketchbook, I've loosened up a lot, and as you can see, this page is an absolute disaster. But there is indeed a portrait on it. I've learned that your sketchbook can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your sketchbook can be for your eyes only, or you can share it with other people. It really doesn't matter. It's your sketchbook. You can do what you want with it. And an example of a dollar store item I still use today is actually this set of brushes here that I use for my graphite blending. This set of brushes is from the dollar store. So that just shows you guys that I still use stuff from the dollar store, and that I am not this bougie artist who buys everything from Michael's. Honestly, I save up my money, and it takes a long time for me to get the stuff that I need. But in dire situations, when I'm in need of something right away and I can't wait 2 months to save for it, yes, I go to the dollar store. I'm just like anyone else. If you're in dire need of something, and you don't have a lot of money, you get it as cheap as you can. That's something that I think everyone does, especially if you're living on your own. I'm not living on my own. Clearly, I am moving, but I'm not living on my own. That was just an example of that. But yeah, that kind of concludes the supplies does not make the artist tip. My next tip would probably be to draw what you love. You don't have to fit the normal stereotypical artist mold. Draw what you love, what you want to draw. Honestly, this was a huge struggle for me in the beginning. I thought I had to be like everyone else, and I thought I had to be drawing realistic, photo referenced, picture perfect drawings right off the bat, because that's what I was seeing online. I was not seeing people making mistakes. I was not seeing people's worst art. I was seeing their best and only their best, and I did not know that it was okay to mess up. I did not know that it was okay to draw what I wanted to draw. I thought I had to draw what the rest of the internet was drawing and not what I wanted to draw. And so this brings me into my next tip. My next tip is probably, honestly, learn your fundamentals. Your fundamentals of art are very important, and learning them young is the best thing to do, because as you get older, it kind of gets harder to change the way your art is. I'm not saying that this is what everyone's gonna go through, but I know for me it was very, very hard for me to change my art style, and I still draw in my cheeky, childish art style all the time. And that's something I really wish I could change, but now that I'm older, it's harder for me to develop my skills because I'm not as, I guess, flexible as I was when I was younger. I have morals and values that I stick to that are really hard for me to change. So don't be afraid to grow while you're young, because that's one thing that I didn't do when I was younger, and now it's a lot harder for me to change my art and to actually develop my skills now that I'm older. And I know that sounds insane, but that's just the way that my brain works. So who knows, maybe yours will work the same. I'm not sure. That's just what's happened with me. I'm not saying it's going to be the same for everyone, but that's my tip, is to learn your fundamentals while you're young, because as you get older, you're going to get busier with school and things of the sort, and it's going to be harder to learn your fundamentals, especially in high school. If you were like me and didn't take any art before high school, they don't really teach you your fundamentals. They kind of just expect you to know them right off the bat. So don't be like me. Learn your fundamentals while you're young. And yeah, I guess this video is just kind of some of my tips, my personal tips that I wanted to give to you about your art. The supplies doesn't make the artist. Draw what you love and learn your fundamentals. I am still growing as an artist myself, and I clearly am not a professional. I don't know everything. So if you take something from this video, please know that I'm not a professional. I'm not even out of high school yet. So just know that these tips may be considered wrong to some people. They may be considered not helpful, things like that. But these are the tips that I wish I did when I was younger. These are the things that I wish that I did when I was a little younger, before I started to hit, I guess, almost adulthood. Because I think I would have been a much better artist if I would have done these things or known these things while I was younger. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.